You think?
It might be too bright.
Push the lights back a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little better. It's a little better. It's fucking recording.
It's just, we're not getting an intro. We're supposed to.
Why is our intro being a bitch?
Yeah. I guess we're live. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's lagging like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. Hopefully it plays better because even like this, see, it's not keeping up with my speed. All right. Maybe we're good. Now, we're here to officially start the month of honor. BOD, take a look at the bottom right down there. Month of honor, part 1. You're getting a motherfucking history lesson. All right. We were talking, thank you. Yeah, let's get the fucking belt. We were talking off camera about a little bit of, not much about the history per se, but about what we know about the history of Ring of Honor. That's why we decided to take this first episode to talk about the history of Ring of Honor. But before we get into that, John, we got a lot of shit coming up.
All right. Coming up. Still working on Ken Anderson. It's going to happen soon. AJ Allen next week. Hyena Obscuro the following week.
That'll be fun.
Waylon Roth the following week. Then who else do we got coming up? We have Jalen Robinson coming up. We have Seneca Johnson coming up. We have coming up. Jesse James coming up. And I'm working on some other stuff.
And for the month of honor, we're going to have some special guests for that too.
Joe Monroe.
My boy.
Mike D, wrestling from the 313.
My brother.
Yep.
CZ. Card subject to change. Grander Q.
My guy.
We're going to have Jesse Klutz back.
That's right. And the professor.
And the Professor Bear.
My boy. But I wanted to kind of just, again, give everybody a little history lesson on Ring of Honor itself. Shot. There we go. That's the shot. That's the money shot.
That's it.
Handsome gentlemen. So
hold on. I'm going to preface all this with Aaron has way much more knowledge of Ring of Honor than the two of us do. I'm about medium. Fran, this is all going to be very new to Francisco, and I hope that it's new to some of you, so you can learn something and see how this guy is surprised at all the shit that went down in this company, and it's still going down with this company.
So we're going to start off by just asking a pretty simple question. When was Ring of Honor founded? You guys want to take a guess the year that Ring of Honor was founded?
My guess, I would say probably 2002.
Okay.
I'll guess 2005.
02 is dead on.
Oh, shit.
Right on. So, Ring of Honor was started by Rob Feinstein. That's not anything that's not out there. What's interesting to me, and this is the history lesson that I got today, was Rob Feinstein was obviously the owner of RF Video. It's the name RF, Rob Feinstein Video. He distributed all of ECW's VHSs.
Yes.
When did ECW go down?
2001,
2001.
Early 2000. Yeah.
2001. The only revenue stream was gone. So they had to create a new revenue stream. And there was no competition. So Rob decided to start Ring of Honor. And that is the genesis of Ring of Honor.
And he did a fine team job with it.
Which was really crazy to me to think about. That the premise of him starting that was because of ECW folding. So in reality, the only reason Ring of Honor is around is because of WWE. Knocking everybody out, it forced Ring of Honor to be made. TNA,
and
all of those.
Here's something that's cool too, is that ECW was out of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bought out, and Ring of Honor started where?
So the first show ever was February 23rd, 2002 in the ECW arena.
Look
Philadelphia.
at that.
which again, I did not realize. So Ring of Honor essentially was not necessarily a rebrand of ECW, but was kind of in a sense a reimagination of ECW. I mean, it was a fucking promotion based in Philadelphia, wrestling at the ECW arena. I don't know how else you can look at it any other way. But again, that was news to me when I started to go down this rabbit hole of how Ring of Honor started and where it all kind of the creation of it.
And if you understood my question, I knew that. I actually knew that. So that's interesting.
So that night, I'm going to talk about the two main events. Okay.
Let's hear it.
That's this many. And I honestly, hold on real quick. I hate when there's dual main events.
Well, when you hear what they are, you're going to completely.
No,
understand.
I understand, but it's called the main event.
Right.
It needs to be one solitary thing. But okay.
So the co-main event was Eddie Guerrero and Super Crazy for the IWA International Heavyweight Championship.
Can't hate on it.
And the main event, Christopher Daniels, Bryan Danielson, and Loki in triple threat. Those 5 names alone are pretty fucking good to have at the top of your card in any company, let alone this company. So imagine you being at that arena 24 years ago, not knowing who
That's what I'm saying.
four of those guys really were.
In hindsight,
that's crazy.
In hindsight, I think you knew who Super Crazy was.
Right.
You knew who Eddie Guerrero was.
Yeah, those two out of
But
all of them.
Loki, Bryan Danielson, and Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
No, at that point in time, I had no clue who those guys were.
Yeah.
And the only reason I knew who the other two were is because I watched WCW when I was younger.
Right.
So
that first year, they started operation in February, and they ran a total of 10 shows. And the idea is to run basically one a month, but that's one VHS you can sell per month. So they had no TV. They had no exposure really other than internet and local video sales. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Just local shit.
So again,
and I'm sure, like the local posters.
But how crazy is that?
Yeah, that is.
That's it.
That is.
Imagine being part of that street team for Ring of Honor in its early stages.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like when I look at these history ofs and we go back and look at that, that's what I think of. I think of like the early crews that didn't realize what they were part of, the crowds that were at the 2300 arena that didn't realize they were watching essentially 4 or 5 fucking Hall of Famers. And that's just those 2 matches. I didn't even go through the whole card. I just wanted to highlight those 2 because when I saw that, I'm like, whoa, like. And what I liked about it too is your co-main event was for another promotion's title.
Yeah.
And then you highlighted your own guys. That's a great way to build a card. WWE would put him in a main event with fucking Logan Paul or something. And, but I digress. But what was cool too is they only ran in the East Coast. So for the first year, they ran a total of 10 shows. They ran the majority of them in Philadelphia. They ran 2 in Massachusetts, 1 in the metro area of Pittsburgh, and then 1 in Queens. So again, they really kept it with like the ECW vibe, even going strategically, in my opinion. Rob Feinstein probably knew based off of him selling VHSs for ECW, what shows were the most profitable, what cities were the most profitable.
Right.
So he was probably thinking in his head, I'm going to just go book them in the ECW towns. They're going to be hungry for that wrestling. And it obviously did work because the ball kept rolling. In 2003, they kind of expanded. So now they're starting to go to Ohio, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Florida. And then that's when they started kind of mingling with other promotions. They were working with TNA a little bit, trying to kind of help them, and TNA help them as well. There was a great talent swap.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like that soured with Austin Aries.
Something else soured it. We're going to get to that.
No, I mean the relationship with TNA soured because of Austin Aries.
Maybe later, but in the early stages, something a little bit more serious, and we'll get into it. Fuck it, let's do it now. Rob Feinstein's a perv, and he got caught trying to solicit sex from an underage boy. So, they were like, "Yeah, we're not fucking with you no more." So he resigned in 2004. So he only ran the company for 2 years.
That's not Feinstein with us.
It's not very fine at all. But that's really what soured the relationship with TNA and all that. Because you got to remember, by 2004, Christopher Daniels was a TNA guy.
Yeah,
he was, he was very much on Ring of Honor. So was AJ Styles. So was Samoa Joe. So a lot of their guys were kind of cut off at that point. It picked up later.
I think later. So I think I'm a little further ahead in my mind.
Yeah,
because I remember Austin Aries versus Samoa Joe, and it was like Austin Aries' first match in Ring of Honor, and I think he may have like 2 more matches, and then he was gone to TNA.
Yeah. So, and again, a lot of that had to do with, I think that relationship maybe was never really good after that. And I think they kind of tried to do what's best for business. I hate saying that fucking saying, but it's true. But I think they tried to do what's best for business and it just didn't work. And Austin Aries, from what I hear, is hard to work with. But there's a lot of guys you hear, and a lot of the guys went through Ring of Honor and TNA. Loki's another one.
Yes, they say he's difficult to work with. I mean, one of the guys that is famously mentioned as hard to work with, we don't work in the business, but every single time we've interacted with the guy, it was nothing but a pleasure. Enzo.
Yeah.
So this is out of Ring of Honor, but I'm just saying that's just, you can't always believe what you hear.
Right. That's what they said about Ryback, and we don't know.
I think Ryback's probably a good dude.
He's probably a fucking douche. He seems like a douche. He seems like a douche.
My kind of guy. Seems like my kind of guy.
Yeah. So again, at that point, TNA kind of pulls their talent sharing agreement, and they withdrew a lot of their people. Like I said, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, mind you, they were both champions at the time when that happened. He was bought out, and then a guy named Kerry Silkin is who ran the company from 2004 to 2011.
Why does that sound familiar to me? Is it just because it's Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They started their own mail order and online store operation. So they were a little bit ahead of WWE in that aspect, where they were offering online content that you could purchase.
Subscription.
Yeah. Okay. WWE is not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was only wrestling fans.
This was in 2005-ish when that started to happen. Okay. When did the network and all that stuff start really get rolling?
Hold on. I want to say 2012, 2013.
20 at least.
Because I remember I was a subscriber to the network from day one.
Me too.
Yep.
And my son had just been born, and he was born in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like late 2012, early 2013.
WWE had their own on-demand thing too for a while.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And I had that. It was like $8 a month, I think, or something. But they had stuff every week that they would like upload. It was like 5 or 6 things or whatever. But I think that this really started that. Like, I think WWE was so laser focused on selling DVD in stores and selling pay-per-views that they didn't realize the internet boom that was happening. And then Vince got ahead of it with the network. He really did. I hate to say this, and like, Vince is a really polarizing guy, but he is a fucking genius. Okay. Every streaming service you see now is thanks to the WWE network. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah.
Hulu, didn't have live, didn't have all the options. WWE network started that micro app. They were the first fucking ones to have an app dedicated to something. And then before you know it, Disney, ESPN, everybody had their own fucking app.
This is what I do.
They started that shit.
That's a good point.
They started it.
This is something I do. I'm jumping away from it for a second.
Let's do it. That's what we do.
We do a podcast. We love fucking doing our podcast. We love everybody that fucking watches our podcast.
So amigo.
Salute.
But let me ask you guys, what is the first podcast that you ever remember hearing about a podcast? What's the first one? Because I have mine, and I honestly feel like that person is what made podcasting what it is today, because people thought it would be successful.
In general? Like
in general.
anything.
In anything.
The first podcast I ever listened to was Wade Keller, who does the Torch, a wrestling podcast.
Okay.
That's the first podcast I ever listened to.
Okay.
And I would say Joe Rogan. I don't know.
You think Joe Rogan?
I think
Joe
he
Budden.
had it for.
I think Joe Budden.
Oh, okay.
And I think Joe Budden was podcasting and doing this digital shit before fucking anybody. that
Colt
I can
Cabana
remember.
did a wrestling podcast.
Colt Cabana did. You're
He's
correct.
the first one to
That's
get
the first
that.
wrestling one.
Yeah, he's the one that
that
started
I remember.
100%.
But the first like overall podcast that I remember hearing was Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder what year that was. Shit.
Yeah.
You got to look that up.
But it's just interesting how influence can just snowball, right?
Mhm.
Like Ring of Honor has this little idea, and WWE's like, I got this great idea. Now I've listened to Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson's podcast, and Bruce has said that like in the 80s when he worked with Vince, that he wanted his own network. So I think he had in his mind for fucking years.
Yeah, but that
I
was
want to do
cable.
this, but how do I do it?
That was
when
cable and
yeah.
And
I think when he started to see his internet thing boom, that's when his wheels got turning. I'm telling you, look back. You're gonna hear me say this and look back on when these like apps started.
Do you
like,
know?
fuck.
Do you know
WWE
why Vince
Network was the first fucking?
You know why he wanted his
before
own
Disney, before ESPN, before all that.
Why he
WWE.
wanted his own network is because you know who his biggest competition was Ted Turner.
Yeah.
Who owned fucking 3 network television.
We're
stations.
sidebarring here, but on a side note too is USA. All right, for the longest time,
It's a hell of a partnership.
It was, but for the longest time,
Yeah,
WWE got fucked.
long time.
How many times do we go to watch Raw and the dog show is on? Right? All right.
Yeah.
Raw
Yeah,
is your
right.
biggest show and your biggest moneymaker, and you're gonna you're not gonna be on tonight for a dog show. Fuck you. How about you tell the dog show to suck a dick and we're gonna stay live and you show it another day? Like
Nobody wants to see a
that's
fucking
the
chow
problem.
chow.
You're
I
right.
never saw it
Like
like
that.
that, but when I listened to
Yeah.
Bruce talk about it from his point of view,
Looking at
that's a good fucking point.
Who
Like,
wanted to see a chow chow jump through a fucking hula hoop?
not only that, why at that
Like,
time?
seriously.
Why at 8:00 on a Monday night when you have wrestling fans?
Right.
Like,
How did they
dedicated that-
get more ratings?
It didn't.
With
That's
the dog
it,
show?
it didn't. Like that's what never. There were times it did,
Yeah.
but when
The Westminster
when Raw
dog
got
kennel
hot,
shit with
when
that-
Raw got hot, and they were still getting preempted, that's when they fucking left, and then they came back, and guess what? That never
Listen.
happened again.
Listen,
But it's just odd.
listen.
Sorry.
Fuck Raw. We're talking about
We are.
honor.
We digress.
We're
But
talking
my
about
whole
honor.
point is that Ring of Honor, I think, was really ahead of the curve because there's still stuff that
Okay.
you see.
Another exercise.
There you go. But you still see the stuff that they did now.
Yeah.
You still see some of the guys now. So I don't know. It's just
So before we advance,
Yeah.
let's just say from the year 2000, and this is for you, Francisco. This is an exercise. Okay.
Mhm.
From the year 2000, name 10 wrestlers that have become huge stars from the year 2000 onward.
from where?
Just
In general,
in general, 10 wrestlers that became huge stars.
the name in the list here.
Good. Anybody.
John Cena, obviously.
Okay. Never Ring of Honor.
CM Punk.
Ring of Honor.
Daniel Bryan, I'll give you that.
Ring of Honor.
Because he's fucking damn. Hold up.
You'll count how many Ring of Honor. I'll count how many he said. So 2 for 3 so far. Just think of the biggest people in WWE.
Shit, I mean, Sheamus was big.
Never Ring of
Seth
Honor.
Rollins? He was Tyler Black.
Seth Rollins, okay.
Seth Rollins,
No, but I
okay.
mean, Sheamus was big.
He's named
you
5.
know?
There's 3 of them so far in
Yeah.
the fucking Ring of Honor.
Roman,
AJ Styles.
No, never Roman.
AJ Styles.
AJ, yeah.
AJ, Ring of Honor. We're at
Fucking-
7. You got 3 more.
Come on, Rey Mysterio went through there. Eddie Guerrero went through there.
Stop.
Sorry, so many, more than you even know.
I mean, Eddie was bigger. He was big, in my opinion. I mean,
He went to Ring of Honor and he got fired from WWE.
Yeah,
He
but,
wrestled
but
there
what
during
I'm
that
saying
time.
is Eddie was big in WCW.
Yeah.
So let's just because
Edge.
No.
Oh no, he was late.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
He was already
So-
established in WWE before Ring of Honor.
Oh,
happened.
Randy Orton.
Randy, no.
Nope.
One more.
Then we're gonna move on because I have another thing that Ring of Honor has done before everybody, and now everybody does.
Damn, man, I'm drawing a fucking blank.
We'll say about half the guys that he named.
Yeah.
Were in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. And if you really thought about it, you'd get more. Because like I said, everybody went through there. Dusty Rhodes wrestled in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Dusty fucking Rhodes wrestled in Ring of Honor. So, but here's what I find interesting. In 2007, for the first time ever, they did a show in Japan with Pro Wrestling Noah. Now, what's interesting about that is that is the first time that a company has done a co-branded pay-per-view since the 90s when WCW did it. And WWF, WWE never fucking did it.
Nope.
Who do they own now?
They don't own them. It's a partnership.
They own them.
TNA.
No, not TNA.
No?
No. They bought the AAA.
Oh, AAA.
They own
Okay, yes, they
AAA.
own them. That's, yes.
So
Okay.
now they got triple guys. All right.
Yeah.
Forbidden Door. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Working with another. So
Yes.
again, I think they were the forerunner for knocking down a Forbidden Door because you got Samoa Joe and
Well, it's fair to say WCW. might
a
be.
Japanese wrestler. I can't think of his name because I'm a little.
Suzuki.
Yeah. No. I can't think of his name. Not Kawada. Kawada's great though. But yeah, but my point is that they started the whole reaching out to other countries and organizations and using their guys. Like we didn't see that when we were younger,
No.
except for WCW
And the Royal Rumble.
and the Rumble. And that would be that one time.
Yeah.
And WCW, what they did was they used guys and then signed the contracts and took them away. So when you saw Super Callow and you saw Psychosis and all those guys, they were signed to WCW. They
Jushin
weren't.
Thunder Liger.
Yeah, they weren't just wrestling with a. Muda was one that would come from Japan and wrestle for WCW.
Muda might be the only one that didn't jump ship.
Yeah.
And would just come and
Yeah.
fucking wrestle. Yeah.
But I find that interesting that Ring of Honor did that. They started really expanding more and more in 2008. That's when they got their first pay-per-view deal. So that's when 2007, end of 2007 going to 2008, that's when they started hitting pay-per-view. And I have never paid for or watched a full Ring of Honor pay-per-view ever in my life. I've only ever watched matches here,
well,
there.
technically, yes. Now,
Oh, no, I did buy one. I bought one a couple years ago when Tony
yes,
Khan bought it.
yeah, you technically have fucking Honor Club. So
Oh, I do have Honor Club. You're right. Fair. So I can watch any of it when I want, but I've never watched any of the pay-per-views.
yeah,
And I could watch. I think it comes with Honor Club. I'm not sure.
yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah. But it's tits, by the way. It's $10 a month, guys.
And
it's free.
and hold on, and we say all this to say that now that Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor, it's still really fucking good.
Yeah, I think they do a good job.
It really is fucking good.
It has more exposure than ever.
And and to see like the people that they're highlighting,
Yeah.
I fucking love it. They're highlighting fucking people like Red Velvet. They're highlighting people like AR Fox. They're highlighting people like
Leo Rush.
Mhm.
Love it.
Just fucking
That
phenomenal.
character's getting over. They're going with it. I love it.
All three of those
Love it.
people we have talked about just enjoying their work forever.
Mhm.
And to see them get that exposure and that push and to be like upper level people of a company, it makes me fucking happy to see it.
Well, Ring of Honor's doing a pay-per-view in February or in August at the ECW Arena. So your boy's looking into tickets.
Please do.
More to come on that. It's a Friday night. It should be a blast. But anyway,
I'm in there like swimwear.
2008 and 2009, like I said, is really when it started to kind of pick up. 2009 is when they got their first TV deal. So 7 years essentially as a company, really 5 years, I should say. And you get your pay-per-view and your kind of on-demand deal. They're getting more exposure overseas, but they finally secure something in the United States. And I don't know if you guys remember this channel, but I used to fucking love it. HD Net. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember
Yeah.
HD.
That was Mark
Net, but
Cuban's. That was Mark Cuban's
I
channel.
can't tell you
Okay.
anything that was on it.
You know what I watched? That got me into MMA. I never saw MMA until I had HD Net, and I watched like kickboxing and then actual MMA. And I was like,
At
what?
this-
the- and I've been
at this
that got
time-
me
Ever since.
since was that time.
That 2009 time, if I'm not mistaken, that's right around the time where we were having, CM Punk and Colt Cabana. We were having El Generico and Kevin Steen.
Yep. So at the end of this episode, we're going to go through some of the roster because Kevin Owens is one, Sami Zayn's another
Yeah, I
one.
was gonna say.
Yeah, there's a lot of
blank.
top guys.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is
Hall of Famers that literally have come through.
You didn't think of Sami Zayn and he's the world fucking champion.
Well, he was.
He lost to another Ring of Honor guy though. How about that?
Sammy never did it from. I don't know.
Another Ring of Honor guy is going to be in the
Sammy
main
guy,
event of
but Kevin
SummerSlam
Owens
against Roman
Sammy lost the title already?
last night. To
Really?
Punk.
to Punk.
Really?
Yeah.
Punk came back last night and beat him.
Beat him for the
in Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, by the way, was in Ring of Honor as well.
He sure was. And he was their champ.
What the fuck?
Yeah, how about that? How about that?
Newsflash.
Stupid. No,
So-
that's stupid.
Ring of Honor started their tapings in February of 2009. And where do you think they would hold their first official Ring of Honor wrestling tapings?
It should be in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Motherfucking
ECW
ECW Arena, baby. So again, even then in 2009, you had no idea what the fuck you were there for, but you were really there for history, essentially, which is kind of fucking crazy. It's just, to me, that's nuts. That's when they decided to make a new title the following year, the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, which has become, I don't want to say it's more important than the world title in Ring of Honor, but I feel like it kind of is.
Isn't that
is
this
the world
one?
heavyweight? That's the
This
world
is world
championship.
champion.
That's the world
Well,
championship.
I think this is the world television.
Nah, I would say TV champ or world television.
I
But
don't know, man. I don't know, man.
the first
Oh, man.
ever television champion, which I did not know this. He's a TNA guy, and you guys, I don't even know if you know him.
Let me hold on. Let me take a little
Yeah,
bit.
guys, take a crack at it.
And you don't know if I even know him.
No, I don't know your knowledge on TNA. I don't even know, to be honest. He's still in TNA, but he's not as big as a star as he
John
was.
would know.
He used to be a
John
he used to be a top guy at one point. TNA,
He was
and he's a TNA
he-
lifer.
He was a top guy in TNA. He's
Yep.
a TNA lifer. He's
Yep.
still in TNA.
Still in TNA, still there.
He left but came back.
Nope, he's been there the whole time. I don't think he's ever left.
Ooh,
I don't think he has ever left.
that's tough. I don't think he's ever left.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't. I'm looking it up as we talk.
Oh, fuck.
He has not. He's literally only ever wrestled for TNA and anybody associated with TNA.
That's fucking crazy
Yeah,
hard.
that is.
Finishing move is the Boston Knee Party, if that'll help. It's a great fucking finish move.
Boston knee
The
party.
Boston Knee Party.
No, I'm drawing a blank.
Fucking Eddie Edwards, baby.
Eddie Edwards.
Eddie
Okay.
Edwards.
I know who
Defeated
Eddie
Davey
Edwards
Richards.
is. Yeah.
So Eddie Edwards, good
He
fucking
defeated
hand.
Davey Richards.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
I
How about
actually
that?
think I've seen that match.
So the head booker for Ring of Honor in 2010 was fired. He is currently a general manager on Raw. His name is Adam Pearce, who also used to wrestle for Ring of Honor.
You know
So
what?
again, what the fuck? And we're going to go even further. A backstage agent, who I believe he's one of the top backstage agents.
Abyss?
There's a hurricane coming.
Oh, yep.
Ring of Honor guy. These guys, man, they run the industry now.
Yes.
They do. They really fucking do. They're every one of the top guys in the company or in the companies right now.
Did Aldis wrestle there too?
Who?
Aldis.
He did.
Yeah.
I believe he was a world champion.
Magnus.
Magnus. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was in TNA also.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Aldis.
Was it? Yes, he was in TNA.
Yeah.
He was
He
an
was their
NWA
champ as
world
well.
champion for a
Okay.
very long
And
time.
Cody
as
had
well.
a really good
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the very first AW All In,
yeah.
it was fucking Magnus versus Cody Rhodes,
Okay.
which
Wow.
is Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the NWA World Championship.
Okay.
Here's another really fucking interesting little fucking tidbit right here. Before FCW, which is essentially what NXT is now.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
became.
What was the feeder territory for WWE? Do you know?
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar wrestled
it was Ohio
there.
Valley.
OVW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
That Al Snow owns that.
Their relationship ended with WWE in around 2008 and 2009. In 2010, they partnered up with Ring of Honor.
Nice.
So a lot of that makes sense why Ring of Honor kind of progressed after 2011 because they worked with the feeder
I just
or the feeder territory for WWE. So I think they picked up a lot of how to run a company
yes,
from
100%.
that like that partnership.
Can you name because you said FCW, and now it's in my brain. Can you name the 3 top trainers from FCW when it was like prominent before it turned into NXT?
Was Hugh Morris one of them?
He was not.
Okay.
Dusty wasn't.
No.
No, he was part of NXT.
Right in the beginning, right?
I don't know who was in FCW. Norman Smiley.
Yeah,
Norman Smiley.
Smiley. Yep.
Okay.
Norman Smiley.
Yes, Norman Smiley.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Almost everybody that is a professional wrestler today credits this guy.
Yeah.
We named you talked about his brother earlier in a
Yeah.
different podcast.
Yep. Tom Pritchard.
Tom Pritchard.
Yeah. And I think
who ran it? You know who ran it? Who was the top
was it
dog?
Johnny Rods?
No.
Okay.
It was fucking Skinner.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. How about that shit? That's crazy.
Interesting. Just interesting to see Dr. Tom, Norman Smiley, and Skinner were the people that fucking groomed some of the top stars of today. Just interesting. Sorry.
No, you're good. In 2011, the final tapings of the show would take place on the 21st and 22nd, and the final episode aired on April 4th in 2011 because they were acquired by Sinclair. Now, I don't know if you know who Sinclair is, but they are a Southern-based, I don't want to say super political, but very political network that's no longer around. They had some bankruptcy troubles, and I'm going to kind of stop the history of Ring of Honor there.
Okay.
Because that's a whole nother episode of where that company went. Because essentially
Sinclair was like the fucking CNN before it became like
sort of. They were very right-wing political.
Yeah.
You know, they were
the Fox News.
Yeah, they were Fox News before Fox News was Fox News.
Yeah.
You're right, 100%. That's the best way I can put it. But I understand why they did it. Because it was exposure. They were on actual TV. Sinclair was a network
100%.
that a lot of the country got, and it's a business. But then the Cliff Notes version is Sinclair fucked their money up and really started to hurt. And in their mind, cutting back wrestling was the first thing to do. So that's how Tony Khan ended up buying it essentially. Because the company went on like hiatus for a couple of years. They weren't doing anything when Tony Khan bought it. So anybody who wants to talk shit about Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor, go fuck yourself. Because they were making $0 and working 0 dates. Now these people all make a good living. There's pay-per-views every month. They're on Honor Club, and their shows, if you watch online, they have 8 to 10 matches every show. It's very little bullshit. A lot of good wrestling, a lot of trying to get people over.
The only criticism I welcome for Tony Khan is he's squirrely and he looks like he may be on cocaine.
I totally agree. I can't discredit that at all.
He's squirrely. He reminds me of the fucking Mad TV UPS guy. That guy. Yeah. He reminds me of that guy.
But what I want to do now is I want to bring up some of the TNA roster. Because I think
You mean the Ring of Honor?
Yeah, it is. I want to bring up the Ring of Honor roster.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to bring up a couple more things too. I want to talk about the Code of Honor, which was something that when I first watched Ring of Honor, I thought was the coolest fucking thing about it. You have to shake hands before a match. No outside interference. No sneak attacks. No harming the officials, and any action resulting in a disqualification violates the Code of Honor. I fucking love that. Because here's the way I look at it. As a fan, I think it's cool because it sets up rules, but we know this is like a fucking work business, right?
Yeah.
What I like about it is it gives heels even more reason to cheat. If I'm a heel, I'm going to find a way to fucking sneak attack.
Yep.
I'm going to find a way to hurt the ref and have him not know it was me. I'm going to find a way to get some outside interference and have the ref not see it.
Right.
So from my point of view, some people look at the laws or the Code of Honor as corny. I look at it as a way for a heel to be a heel.
You break the code. I mean, come on.
Hogan would get his ass kicked, lose a match as a heel, and come out and say, I kicked his ass all over the ring last night. That's what a good heel does. They fucking lie. They fucking cheat. So when you make these rules and 4 out of 5 of them or don't cheat, you're going to find a way to cheat. I bring that up because the handshake was always a great way to start the match. Because either the heel would do it, spit in his hand and do it, kick his hand away.
Right.
There was so many things you can do to just build that little bit of extra anticipation that you couldn't do in a normal match.
I think I've actually seen one time where the guy stuck his hand in his tights and like
Rub
messed with his junk, and then
yes. Yes. So with that, after that kind of rollout of that, they peeled it back. Shaking hands before in the match, if you respect your opponent. So you shaking of the hands, which again, in my opinion, made it even better because you didn't have to do it. And then when you did it, if you shook his hand, you got the respect from the fans. If you didn't, fucking mega heel.
Now
great way
thing,
to great way to start.
Great way to do it. They made sure that the fans knew if you respect your opponent thing. That's storytelling right there. I don't respect that motherfucker.
Right.
I ain't shaking his hand. You know what I'm saying? Right there's more drama added.
So the new rule is keep the playing field level, is the wording that they used. So the sneak attack thing, it's just a different verbiage. And then respect the officials, which is another great way to, if you've seen some of the heel stuff they would do in TNA, they'd go to the ref like this and then do the kick behind to do it to the guy or get between him and the ref and kick and make it seem like it wasn't him. Shit like that. It gave them opportunities to do stuff like that, which I thought was really fucking cool. Ring of Honor also started Women of Honor. It really picked up in about 2005, 2007-ish. When did the Divas come back around?
That time.
Right around that time. Women's wrestling got pushed to the side like 2001, 2002-ish.
Yeah.
After the Trish Stratus era, right?
She came
and Lita.
That's when they came
after that. Yes, he's saying after that.
Well, right.
That's
what
when
I mean. That's what I'm trying to say.
Again, another thing where
because I remember that.
I'm not saying WWE is looking at Ring of Honor. We got to do what they're doing, but I think that they started to notice them. So in a way, again, I think that's a compliment
because I'm trying to think of Ring of Honor women back then. Like, was that like the start of Candice LeRae?
Yeah, that, and they were using a lot of Shimmer girls. They were using a lot of women in other countries.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really big names, but they were just being predominant. And before anybody says, well, fucking Wendy Richter and all, she was the only fucking her and Rockin' Robin
and Alundra Blaze after that.
That's it. When Alundra Blaze left, they got rid of the women's champion. Yeah, they didn't bring it back. They didn't bring it back till fucking Sable came around.
Yeah,
and she couldn't even wrestle. They're like, you're so hot. We're just going to pretend that you can wrestle, and we're going to bring wrestlers.
We're gonna put Jackie and Luna to make you look good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they never took women's wrestling serious. So I don't want to fucking hear that. Ring of Honor took women's wrestling serious. Even TNA had the knockouts. They didn't take it serious. All right.
But some of those knockouts could wrestle.
They could. And that's why they ended up in Ring of Honor or working in New Japan. But again, I feel like Ring of Honor was so ahead of it. Like, these girls can go. So again, you look at wrestling companies, who's highlighting who? Ring of Honor. Again, the first to really highlight the women. Not give them a stupid fucking title and a match just to have a match, but to have them featured on their TV weekly, to have storylines, to have some investment in their characters. First ones to fucking do it.
For sure.
Seriously. Like to do it seriously.
To do it serious.
Not divas, not fucking
outside of Japan.
Not a show, right?
Yeah,
outside of Japan.
Bullshit.
It was the first.
Not a Bronx.
This is another interesting fact. Ring of Honor Dojo, which I did not even know was a thing, is in Bristol,
Connecticut.
No, PA.
Bristol, PA.
Right outside fucking Philly.
Okay.
That's crazy. I did not realize that. They moved to Baltimore in 2016. He operates the school now, and Cheeseburger and Will Ferrara are his assistants. Cheeseburger. I saw him wrestle at Iron Pigs against Joe Janela. He's going to be wrestling around here again another day. Cool cat. Really nice guy. I met him. He was fucking awesome. The head trainers that they had from
The
2005. Head trainers.
Trainers.
Yeah, like
okay.
giving head. They're head trainers. Are you fucking ready for this? If you were in Ring of Honor from 2005 to 2008, you were trained by CM Punk, Austin Aries, and Bryan Danielson. Okay.
Can't say it now.
Yeah. They use the top of the class trophy to promote students on the main show while wrestlers win and lose the trophy in matches. That's a good fucking idea too. I think that's great. You're introducing new characters. You're giving them a reason to fight. They want this fucking trophy, whether it be a trophy, and maybe that's a little corny, whatever. It gives them a purpose to fight. It's not just a fight for a fucking fight.
I think got several trophies. Still hold them dearly.
But that's kind of where I'm going to stop with the Ring of Honor
history,
essentially from 2009 to 2011. And really, my main takeaway from this was, and this was the biggest takeaway for me, is Ring of Honor was built out of the necessity to fill the void that ECW left. I did not even put fucking 2 and 2 together.
I mean,
I didn't.
Now that you're saying it, it makes complete fucking sense.
100%. But I just never thought of it.
Yeah.
And I've known their existence. I've known they were an East Coast company. Yeah. I knew Rob Feinstein even fucking started it. I didn't know why or how or the premise behind it. And to me, that's fucking fascinating. It really, really is. Like,
yeah,
the fact that he went from pushing ECW videotapes to creating his own wrestling promotion to where it is now, that's fucking bananas. I think that's crazy. I think their story is more interesting than TNA's, WCW's. I think it's a fascinating story about how this company has gone from what they were to start from nothing to be what they are now. Strictly built out of necessity that WWE generated. Mm-hmm. I think that's crazy. I really do. I think that's fascinating to me. So I'm glad I was able to, because I told the guys beforehand, I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours or so reading and doing research and going down rabbit holes about TNA and about Ring of Honor. And I was fascinated. And the other stuff we'll get into as episodes go on is very fascinating too, because we're going to talk about their champions. We're going to talk about the championships that were introduced, the other championships that were defended on Ring of Honor TV, which again, when we talk about that, that'll really put into perspective, holy shit, they were working with a lot of different companies. They defended European titles, they defended Mexican and Puerto Rican titles, and then fucking New Japan and Noah and a lot of other companies' titles. So to me, that's fascinating. So,
yeah,
long-winded. Sorry, there's a lot of talking to me today.
No, it's all good. No, I learned a lot of like shit.
But now,
fucking Ring of Honor.
We can talk about some of our favorite TNA guys from the early days.
Ring of Honor guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop saying TNA, or I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Here's why. That partnership, it's always going to be there. Like, Ring of Honor, when you think of like an AJ Styles, you think of WWE, but you really think of TNA and you think of Ring of Honor. That's what you think of. And I think more TNA than anything.
TNA and New Japan. I honestly think of New Japan.
Same thing. He's wrestled in every major company except WCW. I really think of him as TNA and Ring of Honor.
Do you know that Christopher Daniel?
He's been AEW champion twice during my height of fandom. I still see him as a TNA.
Christopher Daniel is the only person to wrestle for
every company,
every fucking company you can think of.
I think Edge didn't. He didn't wrestle for Ring of Honor. No, neither did Christian.
Christopher Daniel wrestled for WWE, TNA, AEW, Ring of Honor. Fucking
AJ did too. AJ was in WCW.
Yeah, he was.
He was
for a brief.
WCW.
There at the end.
Like, you name it, Christopher Daniel wrestled there. He's wrestled for more companies than any other fucking.
And now he's a producer in AEW. And he's also a manager in AEW, which he does really great.
He does. He does a great job.
But that's another one right there. Christopher Daniels is a great start. A fucking superstar. I know he didn't have a run in WWE, and I hate that's where the fucking bar is.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Like, we talked about it before.
Right? It is. But he's been a champion in every other company he's wrestled for.
We talked about it before. He was supposed to be the higher power.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be the higher power.
We talked about it on a podcast, and that was kicked around, but even he shot it down because in his mind, he said to like the WWE when they were talking to him about it, he didn't want to do it because he felt like it'd be a letdown. Like, imagine when we were kids, if we were watching and it was Christopher Daniels, we wouldn't have been impressed because he was a smaller guy. It wouldn't have worked. You're talking about like a darkness against the Undertaker,
but
it wouldn't have worked.
But it was
right.
But it was Vince.
That's why they went with Vince, because that they didn't have they wanted to bring somebody in.
Yeah.
And the idea eventually was Christopher Daniels, but even he was like, it's not going to work. And he was right. And I think that got him a lot of respect.
I think it would have worked better than Vince.
What other guy would be like, you know what? I know this is the biggest company in the world. I've always wanted to work here, but no, I don't want to do that. You got to respect the guy for that. And he was right. I'm sorry. He was right. It would have been a fart in church.
I think it would have went over better.
They should have brought him on, just not as that.
He should have been in the ministry.
100%. He should have been the guy to kick Undertaker out and take it over. Like, that would have been a good role for him. If you want to get Undertaker out of the ministry and make him babyface, bring in Christopher Daniels to move him on.
Yeah.
You know? But he's a fucking top guy. One of their early top guys. We brought up Eddie Edwards. We brought up Davey Richards. Austin Aries is a really early one. Tyler Black. Very early.
El Generico. Kevin Steen.
Yes. How about Adam Cole? I mean, you can go on and on. Samoa Joe. I mean, he's a fucking beast. Him and Punk had like a crazy string of matches. That'd be a good one to watch, because I don't think I've ever seen any of their matches. I've seen a lot of Ring of Honor Punk. I don't know why I've never watched him in Samoa Joe.
I
never have. I've seen a ton of Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor too. We watched him and Low-Key really hit each other.
Yeah.
Really fuck each other up. It was great. It was great.
Well, even guys like fucking Colt Cabana. What was that? The group we just watched. The Bucks.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles versus
the Young Guns. Or the not the Young Guns, the Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
The Kingdom. Again, those guys just came back. They're back in Ring of Honor and AEW again. So, and again, Matt Taven, world champion.
Yes.
Okay. He was a world champion in Ring of Honor. Don't get it twisted. The guy can go. But here's a group, a tag team, and a guy that's still wrestling today. The Briscoes. They were there for 20 fucking years. They were one of the early, I believe they started in 2002. They were like they were homegrown. They were there all the way to the end. They wrestled at the last fucking pay-per-view.
Shout out Georgetown, Delaware, by the way. Briscoes, baby.
Fucking Mark Briscoe. Yeah. So good. You see his match with MJF last week for the title?
No, I did not.
Guys doing elbow drops from the fucking ring all the way outside through tables. Like, so I mean, we've seen him live a few times, man. He's fucking awesome.
He's awesome. He's awesome. But he's also one of those guys that I just prefer in a team. And unfortunately, his brother passed away in a car accident.
Yeah. Nah, when he was the Ring of Honor champ, and him and Kyle Fletcher wrestled when we were at the show.
I don't know. He's just one of those guys, just like Jeff Hardy. Yes, there's been some great matches, but I prefer him in a team, personally. That's my personal opinion. But the Briscoes, for sure, were fucking amazing.
Yeah. Now, the Bucks, we brought up the Bucks, we brought up Cody, and the Bullet Club essentially were New Japan and in Ring of Honor at the same time. What's also interesting, and I didn't bring this up during the history because it wasn't during this timeline, but the very first all-out pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Which I ordered.
No, not with AEW. Ring of Honor did the first one.
Yeah, it was before AEW existed.
Yeah.
Yes,
with Cody. I think Rey Mysterio was on that card. Like, crazy. There was a little like heat there between the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Ring of Honor, because they essentially used Ring of Honor to do All Out, which turned into All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
And they all left Ring of Honor, and Ring of Honor really went down after that. So there's this like internet theory that Tony Khan was in their ear back then. Like, hey, we might be able to just buy this motherfucker down the road if you guys come sign with me. I don't know how true that is, because there was rumblings that Shane McMahon wanted to buy Ring of Honor at one point too. So I don't know how serious that is, but I think it's just kind of the stars aligning in Tony Khan's favor, and it's folklore. I 100%.
I think.
But when I read that, during my research today, I was like, wow, that's
Because although he's
the timeline does line up.
yeah, although
really
he's
does.
squirrely and he might look like he likes a little bit of cocaine all the time,
It's possible.
I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No. But Adam Page, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, those and Cody Rhodes, those
Adam Cole,
five.
Colorado.
Yeah, but those five
Yeah.
were the top guys in Ring of Honor. And they all left and started All Elite Wrestling. So the timeline is there kind of because 2019, I believe, is when AEW started.
Wow.
2019 is when Sinclair had their problems and Ring of Honor was on hiatus in 2020. So there is a timeline there that does kind of match up, but I just think it was just shitty timing on Sinclair's part. The pandemic probably didn't fucking help.
I think that all happened,
Mhm.
and these guys were looking for something to fucking do.
Sure.
And an opportunity presented itself, and they took it and ran with it.
Here's the thing: AEW could have failed, but it didn't.
definitely
So
could've.
obviously there was something there. But again, you can even thank Ring of Honor for WWE or for AEW now.
So I just want to say one thing. I'm mad at something.
Let's hear it.
Fuck WWE ticket prices.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I just went and looked because they're coming to our town.
House show,
Nothing televised.
not a pay-per-view.
And I was like, oh, let me find the fucking worst ticket in the place.
Tell them, John.
How much?
$90
Yep.
a person.
Yep.
In the very fucking worst seat. Okay? We just went to fucking Double or Nothing.
Where?
Queens.
Queens, New
Fucking
York.
New York City.
Okay. Listen, we
That
add fucking
Epic.
$30. Add $30 to the worst WWE ticket, and you can go to a WWE or to an AEW pay-per-view and get a hotel room
In New York City.
in New York. Add $30 and you get a hotel room in New York City and a ticket to the fucking pay-per-view. And you can't go to a fucking house show.
I'll give you a
for
little
WWE.
perspective here too. AEW is going to be in Reading on the 22nd of August. It's a Saturday. Santander Arena in Reading.
The Santander?
Oh.
the
The same kind of seats that we sat at when we went to TV in Allentown.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah.
$50.
It's not bad.
If you want to sit on the floor, want to splurge a little bit,
$120.
$85.
$85.
85.
$85. First 3 rows are around $200. But if you want to sit on the floor, maybe 8-9 rows, $85. So cheaper to sit on the floor for a collision taping than it is to go to a house show for WWE.
So, in the words of the great philosopher DMX, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. I want to take my daughter to a WWE event, and for $90 a ticket and the nosebleeds, I'm not doing it. I love her, but I ain't trying to fucking miss rent because I want to take her to a fucking WWE event.
It's the prices have gotten
Do better.
out of control.
Do better.
Ring of Honor, even. I mean, I'm looking at taking us to a pay-per-view. We're going to be sitting in the ECW arena in the first couple of rows, and it ain't going to be $100.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
We got a couple things as well.
Yeah.
Fight for the Heart 2. We're shooting for March 27th of 2027. It is a charity event. All proceeds will go to the American Heart Association. If you want to be a part of this, if you want to donate, if you want to do anything towards it, please reach out to us. If you watch us, you know how to get to us. I don't want to say all the shit. Please, we're going to be there. We're going to try to broadcast it live on our YouTube page. Come out, support. As of right now, it will be in the Lehigh Valley area. Schnecksville is a possibility. Allentown's a possibility. Bethlehem's a possibility. So all of those areas are close by. Come out. Tickets will be affordable. Everything will be affordable. You get to see your boys. We're doing photo ops for free. Anybody wants to take a photo with the brothers, we taking photos.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we go, I want to throw out favorite Ring of Honor matches. So if you don't have one or if you can't think of one,
I have
no problem.
2.
I have a couple as well. But what do you got, John? Some stuff for people to watch, some things to throw on the
Generico and Kevin Steen in a ladder match. That's my favorite.
Very good.
Favorite Ring of Honor match.
Ladder Wars. Fucking bananas. You want to see a guy bleed through a mask? He does it. It's fucking crazy.
That's my favorite Ring of Honor match
Wow.
of all time. Do we want to? Are we going current Ring of Honor?
We can do anything we want. Mine's mostly old school because we watched some stuff that just has blown me away, and I've gone on my own and watched some stuff that's blown me away.
So this might be a little biased because we interviewed her and she's a fantastic human being.
Bring it up.
Red Velvet versus Alice Crawley. For some reason, I fucking love that match.
Yeah.
And it was recent, a few months ago. That's one that I really, 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 really enjoyed. And
she
then
wrestled Queen Amanita
a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, and it was great. She did a move, and I was like,
and those two are actually like
I
best
can't wait to
friends.
talk to her because it's new. She hasn't done it much, but I saw her do it. I'm like, what the?
Those two
fuck?
are behind the scenes like best friends.
Yeah.
And then you know me, I'm a whore for tag team wrestling. So Briscoes and Bucks, I think was a really good match. And it's funny because
Wow,
I
you
hate
picked the Bucks match. That's crazy.
It's funny because I hate on the Bucks.
Right.
But didn't I always say they're good?
Oh, they're fucking
They're good.
great.
They're just not for me.
Yeah.
But Briscoes and Bucks.
Yeah, good chemistry too.
And then also Colt Cabana and fucking CM Punk.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about a guy who I feel like does not get enough credit
No,
for his career.
Yep.
Colt Cabana. He's really fucking good.
He is.
He always has been. And nobody ever seems to fucking mention him. And I think it's a fucking crime.
Agreed.
That's it.
You have any come to mind, Fran?
Off the top, no.
No.
No, I never. Like I said, I never really.
Yeah, I mean, we watched it.
I mean, a couple. Yeah, a couple
that
of
was
matches.
really good.
But
Did we watch CM Punk
I
and
gotta
Raven?
get.
No, the dog collar
Yeah.
match. We need to.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good
we've
one. I
we've
think
done
we
two
should,
dog
but-
collar.
We should watch that
I
for
will.
Month of Honor. So
No,
we'll
so-
watch that one.
so that was-
I was gonna say,
actually-
I gotta see more. You know.
No,
what I mean?
that was part of the discussion because we watched Raven and Richards versus the Pitbulls
Yes.
in the dog collar match.
Okay.
That was our first dog
Yeah,
collar
yeah.
match. Then we watched CM Punk and MJF in a dog
Okay,
collar match.
Great.
And then I said, hey, you know what's funny? We watched two dog collar matches. One was fucking CM Punk. One was Raven. They had a fucking dog collar.
100%.
We have to watch that.
Yeah. So we'll watch that for Month of Honor. That's one that comes to mind for me.
Mhm.
I think the Hardys and Young Bucks ladder match that we watched was really, really good.
Very
It
good.
stuck with me. It's just so fucking good. I think it's good because it's like the Hardys are still really good. They really are. Like I know they just won the TNA tag titles again.
They're still good. They're still good together.
They are.
They're still good
Yeah.
together.
But I think one of my favorite matches, I couldn't think of his name earlier. It's Samoa Joe and Kenta Kobashi. I love Japanese wrestling. I've only gotten into it in the past couple of years. It's just so fucking God. Like you think Samoa Joe wrestles stiff. Him and Kenta have a crazy match. And this is Kenta's one and only time ever wrestling in the United States. Because Kobashi died in the fucking ring. Or not Kobashi, I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. He died in the ring.
Yeah.
He took a suplex on his neck and died.
I want to.
So his only time ever wrestling in the United States was Samoa Joe. And it was fucking awesome.
Real quick,
Awesome.
I want to throw this up.
Yeah, our girl.
Mia Friday, the Lucha Butterfly. So Aaron, unfortunately, was not here for the interview with Mia Friday. But it's funny what he just said. Because in our interview with her, what did she say about Japanese wrestling when she was in Japan? Do you remember?
No.
She said that, yes, it's a different style. And it looks so stiff. She said, but she's never felt more safe in the ring than she did with these Japanese people. Because, yeah, it's a different style, but the number one, she said, at least for me, the number one thing is to keep my opponent safe.
Yeah.
So, yes, Japanese wrestling looks super fucking stiff. We all know Samoa Joe is a fucking phenomenal talent. I can only imagine. Yes, I'm sure they both went home with some fucking bumps and bruises, but they kept each other safe.
Yeah. Watch Kenta Kobashi and Kawada. They didn't keep each other safe. They fucked each other up. But there's some of that. And I think that match in particular, before we kind of sign off, that was two top New Japan guys, two alphas really trying to take it serious, which is cool. Like I think they're like the inspiration for guys like Bret Hart, who still this day thinks he's the world champ. Like he just takes it serious. Like he doesn't think it's a business. Like he doesn't think it's a work. Like he looks at it like he's the real fucking world champ.
Right.
And
Like he's built for it.
And you know what?
I like it.
That's why he was the best.
I
feel like people like take that shit serious like
like
that.
it.
Me too. 100%.
I like it.
100%. I think people that laugh it off like, it's a fucking.
But that's
look at it like you're the fucking.
That's the way I look at everything I do in life. To be 100% honest with you,
no, I get it.
If you are paying me to pick up dog shit,
I'm gonna be the best dog shit picker upper ever.
there is.
Thank you. For real.
We that's the problem. Yes, I've been drinking. That's the problem with today. Okay,
100%.
No, it is. Nobody takes pride in what they fucking do anymore. Okay, be the best at what you do, no matter what the fuck it is. Go out there, work hard.
You know who took pride in their shit? Ring of Honor. That's why they're still around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, close the discussion.
What's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Who are you?
Francisco.
Panchito.
Oh, shit.
Panchito, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hell of a fucking ride. We got plenty more Ring of Honor coming, more history, more championships, more matches. But until then,
balls.